Porter reached this level of the competition by beating Roshy Wells, a very talented boxer, and also Bobby Lewis. So he can box, Tom. It's just that he's faced a very formidable opponent.
Oh yeah, Reid is a very good boxer. He would be a better boxer if, instead of backing up to elude punches thrown by Porter, he would just slip a punch, move his head a little bit one way or the other, and not back up, and he'd be in closer proximity to the man to cuff him with a couple of good shots as Porter came at him.
Slip right, slip left, as opposed to
instead of backing. Very few fighters, the best of them, have a tough time fighting backing up. It just is very tough to do.
Again, Reid is a great boxer, but he's 22 years of age. And also he had a very difficult bout. I should say a difficult bout, although he won it 10-4 against Michael Nunnally in the semifinal competition of this tournament. Perhaps that took a little bit out of him before coming into the ring tonight.
You see he had nice scoring punches before Porter came in.
He works him well with the left hand and then puts the distance between the two. Good combination. Reid working well with both the right and left hand.
Porter hit him with the left hand as Reid moved away.
Caught him moving backwards at that point in time.
Well, frankly, I think that Reid is letting Porter do too many things. I think Reid should be handling him better. Not that Porter isn't a tough youngster, and willing, certainly. But Reid should be a better boxer than Porter and be able to handle him a little easier.
Well, he's got more tools in his bag of tricks, if you can say it like that, Tom. And I'm going to have to concur with you. He's boxing a nice bout, but he's not boxing fully to the potential of David Reid.
But he's winning.
Already in the trials are Jeffrey Clark, the Armed Forces champion representing the Army, and Travis Sims, who won the Police Athletic League.
Step around.
David Reid being told by his coach, something I mentioned a moment ago, stop going straight back. For a guy with the boxing talents that Reid had, going straight back is just inviting anybody, good, bad, or indifferent. And Al Mitchell is very correct. Don't let a guy throw like a brick coming out of a dark alley and nail you. Slip a punch. Move your head left to right. Don't back straight up. When you back straight up, it's tough to throw a punch, and you're susceptible to getting nailed.
Of course, Al knows what he's talking about. He's got the responsibility of leading these boxers down the road to Atlanta and through Atlanta, if I might say. And he admits that there's a lot of work to be done.
Oh, boy, I tell you, Reid landed a very solid shot, and I think he hurt Porter, and I think Porter is just fighting on guts and instinct.
And he's taking an 8 count.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. Reid nailed him. The crowd doesn't believe it, but I'll tell you, Reid hit him with a solid shot that has Porter in trouble.
But you know what impressed me, Tom? It wasn't the solid shot. It was the way he quickly moved to the side, just like his coach told him. Excellent performance.
Now, Porter is a very tough guy. Make no mistake about it. And when he got stung, his first reaction was to just throw punches and bunches and come right back at the guy who had hurt him.
Well, you got that right. Reaction is the word. I mean, that was purely reactive in his behavior.
Got a good chin, I'll say that for him.
Well, he's going to need it because right now he's lunging and leaning right into David Reid, and Reid can catch him overextended and drop him.
I don't know if you can put Porter down. He's a tough guy.
Well, even the tallest tree, if it's off balance, will eventually fall.
Yeah.
Good contact by Porter. Landed one on Reid.
Well, Porter's a young guy who is, I hate to use the word desperate, but he is really. He is trying to turn this thing around with one big punch. And Reid can pretty much have his way with them, although it is extremely difficult to fight a guy who is just throwing caution to the winds and swarming all over you, hoping to land one big-time punch and Reid finds himself falling into the trap of wanting to slug it out with him, but he could box him, move away from him, and jab him.
That's exactly what he should do. He should finish this bout in the same manner in which he gained control, and that is jabbing, stepping to the side, doing what we saw earlier. Instead, he's choosing to finish toe-to-toe, head-to-head, and it is getting rather sloppy out there. Quarter out of control. Reid can't do this. He can't finish like this as he goes down the road, Tom. He's going to have to continue to run this thing straight through 3 rounds. Very fine performance by David Reid, but he's got to finish as he was midway through the bout, in command and in control.
Well, and you know, Reid hit Corder with a shot that just about put Corder down, caused a standing 8 count. And Reid now looks as though he's almost trying to load up. You see that right hand? Comes again. Looks as though he's just loading it up and wants to knock Corder out. And he's caught him with a couple of good shots. Corder is a very tough customer. Got a nice chin. That's the bell. This one's in the books, and I think Reid lived up to his billing. You know, it is difficult, I'm sure also, that you're David Reid. You're considered to be as good a fighter as there is in the national championships. And you got to go out and prove it now, don't you? All the critics are sitting here, and you can't have a bad night.
Light middleweight division.